Hey guys, had some experiences lately, and I thought I'd make some videos and tell you about them. So the first one was about abuse. Um, Now the Christ I had, he was in my head for 3 months. He blocked my vision. He watched my dreams, made me dream what he wanted to dream, and that drives me nuts. And it's really important to me because my dreams create my future, right? So I can't create anything, probable realities, because he's giving me lessons and watching everything in my dreams. So I ended up abusing him verbally, and he was abusing me. I caught him abusing me. Well, someone else caught him abusing. And this has been going on with different Jesus Christs for a very long time, years, like 6 years or more. And I've had enough of it. And so I told Bones, I told the priestess, this is all in the spirit world in St. Lucian, more or less. And I told them, I want out. I want out. Not out of Christianity. I'm still a Christian, but I don't need the constant attention on me. You know, do my monthly thing. Every month, Christ gives you a couple lessons. That's usually how it goes when you're living in St. Lucian. That's where I want to be, right? I can take care of myself. I can manage my own crap in St. Lucian. But to have a Jesus Christ always healing you when you don't need it, they start doing their own things, and that's where it goes bad. So what I did, if you want to know what went bad, watch my past videos. I got playlists. They're called Crazy Man. That's what you're in for. Anyway, there's two or three of them. Anyway, so this guy, he's we had a big chat and got on to politics, and turns out he's a he defines himself as a socialist communist. I'm like, is that even a thing? Anyway, I guess it is. A socialist communist. And we got a big fights about it, and I go, I don't know what I am. I like some of the left and I like some of the right. I just follow natural law. And we got onto that big fight about it. He couldn't argue with it because Christ consciousness is natural law. Christ consciousness. All right. Um, we got well, anyway, to make a long story short, 3 months of that, and I'm literally abusing him. I want him gone. Another guy comes when I want him gone, and he says, "Yeah, okay. In 1 week, I'm going to give you a review, and we'll see where you stand since your last review." Now, it's not a life review. When you die, you get a life review. I already had a life review, I think twice. But this review is like uh, are you okay or are you not okay? So it's been a couple years. I'm getting another review to find out where I'm at. So the review, it takes a week. The review came back. Everything's good. He said to me, he goes, there's a couple things I got to learn. One is shamelessness. It took me a while. I had to Google it. Google shamelessness. Shamelessness is what I got. Now, what I think, what it all boiled down to was people people that can accept extraterrestrials, people that don't accept just ignorance, basically. And I look at that person like, fucking grow up, man. But I know also they don't have my experiences. They live in their own world. And this is both in Saint Lucian and the illusion Earth. They call everything an illusion. Everything's an illusion. So when I say illusion, I'll try to give you the right one. Anyway, my shamelessness is I have shamelessness, and it's because people that don't believe in like Sasquatch and others and aliens and conspiracies, I get mad at that, and I have to. That was one of the things I have to work on in my reviews. Shamelessness. So Christ is gonna give me little lessons to work on my shamelessness. Whatever. I googled it, and man, it went on forever. Anyway, so that was one of them. The other thing was I do not need a Christ to be in my head 24 hours a day. I do not need Jesus Christ to be in my head 24 hours a day, watching my dreams, watching everything I do, watching where I go, watching how I do it, which was what this guy was doing. I said yes, and I was so happy. And I still am. I still got it, man. I had my first day of my real dreams, all mine. I could go wherever I want, do whatever I wanted. So, with that said, he also said, he goes, you can also learn. He goes, you're also free to learn from the extraterrestrial. And that's what he said, man. He goes, you have the right and you have the, and their Christ consciousness, more or less. Like they're not buddies. Okay. So the race that I deal with the extraterrestrials, they're friendly with Christ. Put it that way. They're not enemies. They're not best buds. They're not Christians. Okay. And there's something about religion. I think that falls under the shamelessness because I hate religion. Well, I don't hate it, but I pretty much don't like it a lot. If that leads to hate, then whatever. And so, with all that said, that was my review. The Christ leaves me. He leaves me. Okay. He's still around somewhere. I know he is. And watching. He did at the same time, the same day, he gave his review of what I need to learn. You know, a lot more detail. I get into it, but he found every goddamn thing that was wrong with me. I swear too much. My breath stinks. Whatever, all that, everything. He got it all. Every damn characteristical flaw you can have. And man, we had it out for days, weeks, man. And that was my abuse. So, and that was my abuse with him because I'm telling him to F off, literally. Get out of my goddamn head. It's my life, my body. I can do what I want when I'm sleeping. Now, they all think I'm going to run around and provoke bad guys and get them murdered. And I said, nope, I'm beyond that. I'm like, you all can sit and believe in whatever you want. I don't even care anymore. I don't even care. I'm going to make my illusion room every day. I'm going to have a good time. I ain't going to stir up shit. The only time I defend myself is self-defense. If I am somebody starts beating me up in St. Lucian, I'm gonna fight back. That's all there is to it. And other than that, I ain't looking for no problems. And I ain't gonna stir up no shit. And I ain't gonna back talk. I got back talk everybody. Bus and Bruins are great. Now fuck they are. And then just verbal warfare all night. That's before it used to be that. But not no more. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm like, yep, you're right. Bye. I just won't hang out and talk to you. So anyway, that's the way it used to be. I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm done with that now. People trying to get your goat, sort of thing. Just to piss you off to have an argument, right? And they do that all the time. People, even in this world, they do that. So, that's what I've been going through. So that night I had a dream, and this was his last dream for me about abuse because I was abusing him like crazy. And I don't even care because he was beyond he was abusing me first through the dreams. And I didn't need it. I've had 10 years of it. I don't need this. So I don't even know the abuse he did. The guy that was investigating him and doing the life review on me found out. I go, I don't know, man. I can't even remember my dreams. I didn't see an illusion for 3 months because he was blocking my vision. So anyway, I'm not saying he was a bad guy, but damn. And he's a communist, socialist communist. That's what he called himself. I'm a socialist communist. I'm like, whatever, dude. I don't even. I argue with you, but I don't even know what that means. All I know is it ain't good. So, yeah. So he gives me a dream, not last night, the night before the end of the week, before my big review came, and I gotta tell you, it's pretty cool. So I'm and the dream starts like this, and I'll tell you the dream, and then I explain it to you. So I'm downtown somewhere. It seems like I'm downtown somewhere, and I'm walking around, and I'm with my family, Tina, Julie, my kids, and Angela. A couple other people are there, and we're all walking around town talking things. And they all tell me to go in the building, to go in the elevator. They said, get in the elevator, go in the elevator. And I go, oh, are you coming or what? What's going on with it? They said, you got to go in the elevator. And I went, okay. So I went in the elevator. I just do what they say. Fuck, better than an argument. So I went in the elevator and I looked and I was in it reminded me of Detroit. You know, the big building in Detroit, the Renaissance Center that's round and you go up. Well, I got in there and it looked like that was round and an elevator in the middle. So I went, opened the elevator, got in. The elevator door closed, and I went straight down. And now, so I'm going down, and the pressure, I can't hear them anymore. The pressure on my skin's like squish me, right? Get my damn tooth. It's coming out. Anyway, can't help it. It's gonna fall out, and I'll look like a goalie. So anyway, I go down. I'm going down. As I'm falling down, as I'm going down, it stops. And then I'm like, shit, this is kind of scary, right? And it's dark. It's kind of dark in here. And I the door opens up and there's like tile, like baby blue tile or sort of like a soft yellow, pastel yellow tile. Then it had a line and it was painted or something. And it was sort of dirty. And the door opens up and I look and there's a hallway all the way to the horizon in the hallway. And it went black. So I don't know if it was all the way to the horizon or not. And I'm looking down there and I felt it and I was like, oh, and it was like heartless, oh, just that type of feeling. My heart went, oh. Anyway, I wasn't going down. I wasn't going down. The door closed and started coming back up. Now there's no one in here with me, but I think there was Jesus, but I couldn't see him because he can block. He's a good blocker at that stuff. So I starts coming back up, and the door opens up. I walk out, and I walk out on the street. And as I walk out on the street, I see my family, and I wake up, and my family is I'm gonna wake up in bed, and my family's all there talking. They go, "What'd you think? What'd you think? What did you feel? Did you go down the hallway? Did you go down the hall?" And I'm like, "What the hell was that? What was that?" He goes, "That's where you go." And then Jesus, he goes, "That's where you go when you do abuse." And he goes, "You're on the path there." And I go, "Bullshit. I ain't on no path." I go, "Yeah, I verbally abuse you because you're in me." And we started getting in. I thought, fuck it. And I go, whatever, dude, whatever. I'm not taking this. But basically, he was showing me because I was abusing him. He figures, oh, I'm just a wife beating asshole from fucking wherever, right? And so I'm like, I don't abuse people. People that are I ask you to leave, man. Because if you don't, you're abusing, as far as I'm concerned. He would never leave, and I was getting mad. So I go, what is that place? And he goes, that's where all the abusers go. Like, people that my wife, she whispers in my ear, she goes, you're not going there. Don't worry about it. Your hands are clean, 100% clean, but you got to calm down on your swearing and giving people shit. And I'm like, and you're fighting. I'm like, great. All right. So basically, he was just showing me that's where you go when you abuse. And I didn't ask what level it was, but he goes, well, I go, you want me to go down the hallway? I'll go with somebody. I'll go with you. Like Christ, I'll go with Christ if you want me to go down the hallway, but I ain't going by myself unless you give me a gun, you know? And so he wouldn't, he didn't, and that was it. So that place exists wherever it is, whatever level that is. It was below the normal astral of the earth. So you, like, we're living here in the lower astral, earth plane. Well, you go down even further. People that abuse other people, like fight, rape, stuff like that. So all the rapists, all the abusers, wife beaters, shit like that goes down there for a certain amount of time. They said, you were down there before. And I go, I was? She goes, yep. My wife said, yep, long time ago. And I'm like, well, yeah, probably. I think everybody goes down there eventually. I go, anyway, I didn't get no more details on that, but it wasn't any time in this lifetime. It was like a long time ago. Then last night I had another dream where I had a problem with this guy, and the Christ that I was, and Bones, I think it was Bones, he wanted me to settle my problem so I wouldn't go there and fight with him anymore. Okay. And so his plan was to schedule a match between me and him, a fighting match where you beat the shit out of each other and just go at it. But it's more or less controlled. Whoever taps out first wins or loses. Okay. So I go to sleep and I'm down. All of a sudden, I'm fighting this guy, and my heart is like angst. This guy he reminds me. He looked like the Post Malone fucker on the TV. The same fucking attitude, that same attitude you just can't stand. So anyway, that's what he looked like, Post Malone. I go, he looks like the Post Malone idiot. The tattoos and the retarded face and all that, and that fucking fuck you attitude. That guy. I have to fight him. That's what I think I'm fighting, is this Post Malone, but it wasn't him. But anyway, we're off. We start. Pow, 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 pow. I didn't even sweat. I didn't even break a sweat. I punched him in the face like 4 times. I guess I've been fighting this guy for years, going down there and fighting this guy. Christ wants it to end. So whatever the deal was, I will go down there, have it out, and that's it. It's going to be that way. No more contact with him, no more nothing. And that was, I guess something like that was the deal. And that was in the lower astral, not down the well. Okay, this is a different dream. So it's basically some guy I'm in a fight with down in the lower astral. I'm up in St. Lucian. So I went down there with my family and Christ and everybody and had it out with them. I won. And that was it. So, with that said, that was another night. That was another experience I had. I just woke up from this experience, and I don't really want to stop the tape. So give me a minute to think about what is. I just forgot about it. I have no idea. Maybe I'll make another video. I can't remember, but I just woke up from it. That's why I'm making this. I would make this on my camera better video quality, but I got the fan on. It's really hot. If I turn the fan off, I start sweating like a pig, and the camera picks up the fan more than my voice. So I decided to make it on this. I got the microphone right here. Oh, this is what it was. It's not a great experience, but I finally got to see St. Lucian. Took me 3 months, but I finally went back. They took me downtown to the flea market, and it was a market beside the flea market. So there's like restaurants and things. And I spent 3 hours walking through a market. I guess they wanted to go to the market, so they took me. And I'm walking through here, and I could feel a bad person out there somewhere. Never did see him, but there's something here I don't like. Somebody, and I never met him. I told them that I wasn't gonna fight, but I want to. I do. But and I've been there before because I knew a couple of the people that worked the restaurants, and yeah, there's one girl. There's a girl working. She was a waiter, and her family owned a restaurant, and she was waiting on the tables. So we sat down, and she had blue eyes, like bam, blue eyes. She was cute. And I'm like, and she was a black girl, so our blue eyes really stood out. And I'm going, I kept looking at her, and she's smiling at me, and I'm smiling at her. And so I'm looking at her, and she's serving us. And she had the bluest eyes, like sparkling eyes, like literally sparkling. And I remember that, but I didn't say nothing about it. And then we woke up. I woke up shortly after that, and they go, "What did you see? What did you experience? What did you do?" And I go, "Well, I was with my buddies. We were walking around doing things. I never got in a fight because that's all they think about, which is abuse, oh, abuse for the last 10 years." And I go, "We just walked around. There's some archaeological stuff going on. There's archaeology. They're digging up Oriental stuff in the market area." And then she goes, "Did you go to the flea market?" And I go, "No." She goes, I was complaining because there were so many people. Like you're always passing people by. Like they're standing around buying things, and people are standing and passing by. There's like people going this way, people going this way, and like passing each other, and people standing and buying shit, and the noise, and it was sort of hot. And I'm like, I didn't really like it. I don't like that stuff. They go, "Neither do we. Too many people." She goes, "You should see the flea market. It goes on for miles. You never see it. It takes you days to get through the flea market. Everybody's there. Everybody. And there's police walking around. There's police catching. I saw police catching a kid pickpocketing and stealing shit. Um, I saw that. I saw the archaeology. They're doing archaeological stuff, uncovering stone stone scriptures or something in the ground. Then we went and had lunch. And then just before she was starting to, just as she took our orders and she was bringing us the food, and I woke up, I'm like, fuck, right? And they asked me afterwards, they go, "Did you see the girl at the restaurant?" I go, "Yeah, she's beautiful." And they go, "Did you see her eyes?" And I go, "Yeah. How could you not?" And I go, "I wasn't gonna, say anything about it, but They go, she goes, you know why she got those eyes? Because that's her soul. And I go, I thought you guys were souls there. And they go, yeah, we're just like you. We got skins, but the eyes are the entrance way, doorway to the soul. And that's her soul in there. And I went, which gave me a good perspective, right? Because people, the souls that are in St. Lucian, they still have the skins and the body construct. It's all, but it's not as much. But when you look into this girl's eyes, that was her heart. When you look into our eyes, that's your heart. Plus the feeling. I do both. Look in the eyes and feel you where you're at in your heart. What comes out in your head and your mouth is two different fucking things. As you can tell from me, because I swear and everything. But I'm innocent in my heart. So anyway, I'm clean. No blood on these hands. Maybe some Post Malone teeth and something, but other than that, hey, that stuff is stupid. That don't even matter. Not really. It leads to bad things, but as long as you know, if it was self-defense, there's nothing wrong with it. But as long as you don't go and seek it, as long as you don't seek violence. Now they all thought was seeking violence all the time. I go, no. They go, your video game Fallout, the one I'm playing here. They say that is leading you into certain places in your dream space, and that's why we wanted to watch your dream space, because what you do in the video game as you're playing it in the illusion or the meathead world, as you're playing your video game, that leads to your dream space. Exact same thing. So what you're perceiving and what you're doing on there is actually you're mimicking in their world. I thought that was kind of interesting. I go, yeah, I can see that, but I'm not. I'm the good guy in the video game. Okay, I'm not the bad guy. They go, doesn't matter, blah, 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 blah. And he went on, and I was like, yeah, whatever. So anyway, it turns out he's gone. No more boot on my head, noose around my neck, watching me day in and day out about every damn thing. I'm just living in St. Lucian. Actually, now I'm gonna give you some more information. They month ago, they built me a room near the illusion room, which is in the illusion, which my room is in. So they built me a bedroom, a little apartment. Now, you know where I got the zombie room, the great big one, the main one, the one that's operating, where the people pay $200, they go in, they shoot and kill bad guys. Well, they took that, the whole room, which is like 10 city blocks, and they put it in St. Lucian, in proper St. Lucian, because they weren't getting enough people to come in and come in. So they moved it. And plus they're having too many problems in the illusion. So what they did was they put it in St. Lucian. The room I'm building, which is going to be attached to that one, they took and they left it where it is. And all my friends go there, and I create things, and people go there and hang out. Now, there's also attached to this one illusion room, there's a science room where kids go and see science and see how we're making the room and how I do things and whatnot. And then I got my train set room, which is a great big room. It's huge. It's huge. And I'm building my train set there and all my trains and everything. I'm building another illusion room, which is going to attach to the main illusion room in St. Lucian. When I'm done, and I got to get done, I have to be done in 3 months. So I got to get to work on it. I only got some zombies to make, some other things, cars. I got to make rocks in certain places because it's too flat. They brought in, for the trees, they brought in an ecologist and he knows how to create. So what he did was he all the foliage, all the trees and the leaves of the trees and the grasses and the weeds and everything, he knows all that shit. So he made it, and what he does is he goes and puts the saturation and the detail in the leaves and the bark and the grass, and he puts in the detail, things that I can't do perfectly because I'm not there. So I might miss the bark, might be the wrong color, might be the wrong texture, the bark of the tree. So what he'll do is he'll just go in and make it better. And so they hired him to come in and make all that better, which is awesome. And he's a ecologist, and he's like, the goldenrod, unbelievable, beautiful stuff you done, man. That's great stuff. He goes, the chicory. He goes, chicory, man. I never thought I'd see chicory. And there it is right there. And you created it. I'm like, yeah, I know, man. That's I know these. He's flipping out. And the different plants and grasses, oak savanna. I made an oak savanna in there. So you got your certain oak trees, white oak, different kind of oak, black oak, stuff like that. So I made a savanna of oak trees out by the highway in the illusion room, and he loved it. And that was cool. And so basically, I just got to do some touch-ups, make some more zombies, and I think 4 more raiders. I got to make some more guns. I got to make rocks. And they're pretty much done after that. I got to throw some skeletons around in cars, parked cars, people that died in cars. Basically, it's a zombie apocalypse, right? And you have to go in there and survive. That's the whole game of it. Scary shit. Anyway, they built me, they attached on that one big room that I created with the oak savanna and everything. It's an illusion. It's not an insane illusion. So I have to meditate, go there spiritually and create things. They solidify it, make it, and then they go through with another machine and make it even more real, like computer real, like our real. And then you get your gun, shoot zombies in the illusion room. This is a lot of fun. And you can get hurt. Oh yeah, you get hurt. But when you get hurt in St. Illusion, you don't die like here. You don't bleed for. Oh yeah, you can't. I mean, I did. But yeah, it's pretty real, and it hurts when you get shot. So, yeah, that's what makes it fun. That's why I made it. It's sort of like a paintball gun. Paintball gun where you run around with kids with paintball guns and shoot each other. It's like that, but real in the spirit world. Anyway, awesome. I'll make another video about that sometime. So they made me a bedroom in the illusion room. They said it's better that you sleep in the illusion than in St. Illusion. So I got my house in St. Illusion where my wife and kids live, and I bought it. It was like $83,000. They live in there, and that's fine. That's cool. I don't care. I got a bedroom there. I go there once in a while, but mostly I live in the apartment. There's an apartment attached to the illusion room next to the music room. Now the music room is my kids started a band. They go in there and they practice, and I bought them great big Marshall stacks, guitars, basses, drum kit, microphones, the whole works, man. So they go in there, they're making music, good stuff. I just play in my bedroom. Other people come in there and play with the music. I got Bones. He started a business. He changed the name of it, and it was a bass guitars. I think he's making guitars now, but he started off making me and him. I'd find the wood down in the illusion here, and he'd take that wood and make guitars out of it. So that's cool. And that's in spirit world. It's all in the spirit world. And this is not, people think this is just Rich's fantasy. No, it ain't. It ain't. I prove it to you if you want, but I ain't. Unless you got a problem, you need help, then I can send some help. But watch my other videos, get caught up on if you want to. or just don't make a rotten comment because I'm just deleting it. No one's gonna see it. Um, what else happened? Yeah, so the flea market was what I just woke up from. The flea market experience. Pretty cool. Too many damn people. Too many people. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, guys. Well, that's what I've been doing for 3 months. There was a lot more. I mean, if I remember a couple things, I'll make another video about it. I got, I woke up from a dream this last couple nights. They said not me, that I got beaten up by somebody so bad that damn near, they said it almost killed me. Now, I don't know if it was in the last 10 years or if it was in a past life, but the guy who beat me up, lives down there. They showed me him and they told me, here it is. Here, I got it. I wrote it down when I woke up. But it's wrong. I don't think it's accurate. Something's wrong. But um, okay, they didn't show me getting beat up. They go, Rich, listen. As soon as I woke up, they said, Rich, listen. I go, what? And they go, 1852, 1852. Remember that. They go, you got beat up so bad in 1852 that you almost died. And the person's name was Sigmund Freud. And they go, check Google in history. Check the history of Sigmund Freud, 1852. And I did. And it didn't add up. And I go, was I alive? Was I dead? Was I insane illusion? What? And they tried to tell me that the Christ was in my head, obscuring everything. Well, he was trying to tell me too, but I had like 10 people yelling at me. And all I got was 1852, Sigmund Freud abused me so bad that it almost killed me. So I'm figuring, I don't know. I don't know. I don't go, was I alive on the earth, like in a body, a meat body, or what? And I couldn't get it. So I'm going to try to get more information about that. But just do a quick search on Google if you can and read abuse, Sigmund Freud, the psycho fucking crazy guy. He was like the doctor of the world or something. And 1852. And it turns out what they have on there, this guy was completely out of his fucking mind. But everybody was saying he was right. All the psychologists and head people, whatever the fuck they're called, psychotherapists, yeah. But he's abusing people, and it's not in. But they go into it. It goes little known. I read it on Google. It said little known informational facts on Sigmund Freud and the bad part of Sigmund Freud, and he basically abused everybody, women, men, fucking everything, kids. He was a fucking whatchamacallit, child molester, rapist, all this shit. Google it, bad shit, Sigmund Freud. And I guess what they're saying to me in 1852, I'm like, well, Sigmund Freud was dead. He wasn't even born until 1859 or something. Like, I can't remember the exact dates, but he wasn't even born yet. So how could he abuse me? And they go, well, he abused you. And I'm trying to figure out, well, were we both alive or dead? Or I don't know, man. That's crazy. You got to go check it out. Google it. You're going to freak out. Check out the history of this guy. But they were right on the money. I don't know nothing about. I heard his name. I knew he's a psychologist or something. But like after I read this, I'm like, holy shit! Couldn't even believe it. Couldn't believe it. And the abuse that he did on Google, from what they say on Google, was nothing compared. They go, you're never going to see Sigmund Freud again. He was up there with the fucking Nazi Auschwitz guys. That's where he was. Unfucking believable, man. This guy was bad. And I'm like, okay, well, I want more information, but I haven't asked yet because I've been so busy with life reviews. And this was before the life review came, so a couple of days before. Wow. They said he beat me up so fucking bad. And I don't know if it was in the meat body that he beat me up or in the spirit world that I almost died. They said I almost died. So I'm thinking it was a meat world, but I'm not sure. I have to get clarification on that. And I don't know. I'll find out for you. But check it out. They were dead on with the Google because I didn't know nothing. But I know people go to university to learn this guy's fucking what he taught, but he was fucking nuts. I mean, bad nuts. And then I laid back down. I went and took a piss. I laid back down. They're still talking about the Sigmund Freud. And they go, "Do you see anything yet? Do you see anything?" I'm like, "No." And all of a sudden, I'm standing behind Sigmund Freud. He's standing there, and he's got two women in old clothes, and he's yelling at them. And they were like, he's yelling at them. They weren't slaves, but they were like hired help and he was abusing them verbally. And that's all he did. But he was abusing them, like calling them lesser than a goddamn dog, right? And he's abusing them. And I go, I see now. I'm awake. I'm watching this. And they go, this is what he did. This is what he did. This is one thing. And I go, well, see the rest. And he goes, nope, you ain't seen the rest. And I'm like, well, why the hell are you showing me that? Show me something I can use. But I go, I don't abuse women. I haven't had a hug in 15 years, let alone a date. So how the fuck am I gonna abuse anybody? So I don't abuse, not really, unless you attack me. I'm a good guy, just fucking living my life. Anyway, this is what not crazy Jesus, but this is what the Christ did for 3 months. Control my dreams, control everything. I was sick of it. I was so sick of it. Anyway, guys, okay, I'm gonna load this up to YouTube, and sorry for if it's bad quality, but I got good. You can hear me speak. Anyway, all right. Anything else shows up, pops up, if I remember it, I'll try to get an update on Sigmund Freud later.